Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got a ton of new stuff to go over, loads of new events have been announced. We also have a pretty big rumor for Pokémon Legends ZA talking about release dates, trailer releases, starter Pokémon, new Mega Evolutions. There's a lot of stuff to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the new Unova Go Tour announcement. It is bringing Shiny Meloetta into the game, which is a little bit unfortunate because we've just had Shiny Meloetta from Pokemon Home. We went nearly 15 years with a Shiny Locked Meloetta, and then in the space of a year, we're going to get two different ways of getting Shiny Meloetta. A lot of people thought Shiny Victini was going to be like the Masterwork research, because obviously that's Shiny Locked as well, so that would have been a much better, but either way, this is the information about the Unova Go Tour. So it's tweeted out by PLDH saying Pokemon Go's Unova Go Tour has been unveiled. The IRL event is from the 21st of February to the 23rd of February, and then the global event is from the 1st of March to the 2nd of March. It debuts Pikachu and Hilbert, Hilda, Nate, and Rosa hats, plus Shiny Deerling, Shiny Maractus, Shiny Sigilyph, and Shiny Buffaloant. In the Masterwork research is Shiny Meloetta, so just how we've had Shiny Jirachi, Celebi, Shaman, Shiny Mew, you are now able to get Shiny Meloetta through that research, and then also regionals in eggs as well. So that's kind of the main sort of big information coming out from the Pokemon Go Tour, from what we know like kind of right now. I also wanted to quickly go over this as well, because it's slightly a Generation 5 hint, I guess you could say. We've got Soul Silver out here tweeting out saying, oh, and this just so happens to run from December the 3rd, 2023 to March the 4th, 2025. So that's the Pokemon Go sort of dual destiny. Like, that's the new season, whatever. We know about that. Right when Pokemon Day 2025 is happening on the 27th of February. It's interesting that Hooper, a Generation 6 Mon, is here too. And I think Kyurem is the reason for the Frozen Go Tour at the end. So that's all that. But then obviously we have the TCG set coming out as well for Pokemon Black and White, the Black Bolt and White Flare as well. So I was halfway teasing with the original tweet above, especially because there are many reasons why Generation 5 will be featured next in Pokemon Go. I mean, chronologically, it makes sense because obviously we've just had the Sinnoh Tour this year, so next we would have the Unova Tour. It is also the 15th anniversary of Black and White next year. I think a lot of people are forgetting that, so that's why they're going to be doing a lot of Generation 5 events, even though it was the 25th anniversary of Johto this year, which you'd like to think is probably bigger than 15th anniversary because it's a quarter of a century, and we got nothing for it barring a bit of merch, which is really unfortunate because it's literally the silver anniversary of Gold and Silver and we got a little bit of merch. So why would they do nothing for that and then do all of this for Generation 5? It is what it is, but then I see something like this below and I start to let myself believe a little bit again. What other generation got this kind of special TCG set for every single Pokemon? I can only think of Kanto, and it was a big event. So I'm staying cautious, but also aware of certain details. And we have people in the replies as well saying, you know, yep, only other one is Kanto. I'm once again thinking Generation 5 remakes alongside the Switch 2 and ZA in July. Again, the Switch 2 is apparently going to be coming out in March, so I don't know why they just randomly dropped Generation 5 remakes for that, and then obviously Legends ZA a little bit later. In a perfect world, we get Gen 5 remakes next year. Like, they could get announced on Pokemon Day. You know, we're probably not going to get a Pokemon game in November. Like, ZA is most likely going to come out around May, June time. Like, that's when people are expecting to see this game. So the rest of the year, unless they do like an update similar to Daybreak like they did with Legends Arceus for Legends ZA, we're going to have nothing for the remainder of 2025 in regards to Pokemon kind of like main series games, especially with the Switch 2 coming out as well. So maybe they just do Switch 2, maybe they just do Generation 5 remakes and just drop them next year. Obviously, Riddler-Ku has also already said that 2025 is mainly for Pokemon Legends ZA, so he's not hinted at Generation 5. He was doing all that Generation 5 hinting, and then we got Legends ZA, and since then he's said nothing about it, so why was he doing all that hinting? Did he know something? And then obviously it's been scrapped, because obviously we also had Pyoro saying that we were going to, that they'd heard something about an outsourced Generation 5 remake as well. So at this point, it's hard to say, but it is interesting that we're getting so much stuff for Generation 5 next year for the 15th anniversary, but we got nothing for Johto this year for the 25th anniversary. It's just a little bit weird, in my opinion. But anyway, that's all that. We also have this to quickly go over as well in regards to TCG. The Glory of Team Rocket Pokemon TCG set releases in Japan on the 18th of April 2025. We'll post when Japanese and English pre-orders are available for these upcoming sets. Again, this is going to be a very sought-after set. I think this one, Black Bolt and White Flare, and then the Prismatic Evolution sets are going to be... they're going to be really difficult to get a hold of. And we've got Prismatic Evolutions in January, this in April, and then we have the Black Bolt and White Flare in the on the 6th of June. Again, that's in Japan. This is Japan as well. I think this is going to be coming out around probably a couple months after June, so maybe like August time, and then this will probably be coming out maybe around May time in the West. But either way, that's the TCG stuff, Pokemon Go stuff, and the Unova stuff. Moving on, we do have this pretty big rumor to go over regarding Pokemon Legends ZA. This popped up on Monday at 4:39 a.m. And it's just titled PLZA info, and was posted by Anonymous. Again, was on 4chan, so take it with a massive grain of salt. But they do have a lot of information here to kind of break down and I guess get our teeth into. So let's take a look at it. Again, as always, take it with a grain of salt. But this is what I know regarding ZA. A combination of information from TerraLeaker and other sources. So we're going to get a ZA starter trailer released on the 9th of January 2025. I'm pretty sure we just covered a rumor talking about a trailer on the 9th of Jan. The 9th of Jan is it's a Thursday, so that is obviously a day that they could easily drop it. And I still think they have to, if they are dropping a trailer in January, which is what Riddler-Coup has said, has to be early January. There's no way they're going to drop a trailer late January and then another trailer late February. Like, to try and get as much time away between these trailers has to be around the start of January, unless, like we've covered in a previous video, they drop a Legends ZA trailer with the Switch 2, because the Switch 2 has also been leaked to be announced in January, so that is obviously something they could do as well. But yeah, apparently the ZA starter trailer is going to drop on the 9th of January 2025. It then says full gameplay trailer on Pokemon Day along with pre-order launch. So full gameplay trailer Pokemon Day, again, Pokemon Presents 27th of Feb. We know that's going to be a thing, along with pre-order launch. Again, Pokemon does their own pre-orders, but loads of other websites do pre-orders as well. You kind of have to pick and choose which one looks like it's going to have the best pre-orders, but either way, it says it releases on the 23rd of May 2025. So the 23rd of May is, let me double check that, it should be a Thursday to give this any kind of I guess gratification. The 23rd is a Friday, so again, we're not sure how Pokemon are gonna do their release dates, because Nintendo games now are seemingly releasing on Thursdays, so they have kind of changed to a Thursday release date. 23rd of May is a Friday, so whether Pokemon follow the same suit, who knows. But either way, apparently, trailer on the 9th of Jan, trailer on the 27th of Feb, releases on the 23rd of May. The starter Pokemon are going to be Chespin, Froakie, and Fennekin, so again, we are pretty convinced that this Generation 6 starters are going to be the starters for this game, just because of the Anaheim picture and everything like that. Again, the Anaheim picture could just feature those starters simply because it is a Generation 6 game, but you'd like to think they probably would have featured the actual starters of the Legends ZA, since that's going to be the game that comes out that year for the Anaheim World Championships. And then says, start to final evolutions will get Mega Evolutions, but Greninja gets 2 versions like Charizard and Mewtwo. So we'd have Ash Greninja and then 2 Mega Greninjas as well. I know that Ash Greninja's kind of been like pushed out of the spotlight, but it's still there, it still exists. And then it says the game is set roughly 20 to 25 years after the events of Pokemon X and Y. So you'd like to think a lot of the returning characters appear, everything like that. I don't know where they got this image from either, by the way. I don't know if they made it or whatnot, but I've definitely not seen this image before. And anyway, then goes on to say Lumiose City is expanding and being rebuilt to be more efficient for the future using a new power source. Even though it is modernized, they want to prepare it for the next 100 years. So I'm assuming that's how Zygarde probably gets into the situation. The 5 areas around Lumiose City have a leader that watches over the specific area. Each leader has a boss Pokemon that Mega Evolves. Each leader is against the expansion for specific reasons. The regions around Lumiose consist of mountains, beach, lakes, deserts, and forests. Again, I think there's going to be areas outside of Lumiose. I just fail to see how we're literally going to be stuck in a city. Like, they've said you can't leave Lumiose City, but again, I think Lumiose City is going to be all of these areas surrounding it as well. I just cannot see us going and just catching Pokemon next to like random people walking around, and I can't see the area unless it's a massive city, and in that city has areas where you can catch Pokemon. I don't know, I can't see a Pokemon game without forests and deserts and ice areas or whatever, lakes. Like, what happens to all the ocean Pokemon, you know? Because not all the ocean Pokemon are going to be in the lake, so that also has to kind of come into the equation. That's just what I think anyway. And then it says that you are tasked with gathering information, updating the Pokedex for each area, and capturing the 5 leader Pokemon from each area so the expansion can move forward. You do find out shortly after being assigned these tasks, there is much more to the expansion than what's being told. I really like the idea of you kind of like working for the evil team and then realizing that they're evil and then kind of like stopping them. So imagine like you were defeating all these 5 trainers and then you find out that the team is actually evil and then you start working with those 5 trainers to defeat the original team. That'd be really, really cool. It says leader Pokemon are Dragonite, Steelix, Milotic, Gigalith, and Sylveon, which obviously all get Mega Evolutions. I mean, I would absolutely love Mega Dragonite and Mega Milotic. We already have a Mega Steelix. I don't know if... so I'm assuming that's also getting 2 Mega Evolutions, but... like, if they didn't know that we already have a Mega Steelix, then that's obviously a massive red flag that this is fake. The city expansion planet is ultimately the villain and a relative of Lysander and has intentions of capturing Zygarde, Xerneas, and Yveltal, and using them to start another Kalos war and take over other regions. So that's what I mean. That's the evil team that I want. I don't want some, like, kids at school that are, like, annoying. I want an evil team that's trying to take over the world and it just gives you more gratification when you beat them. Anyway, then says Karina is now the Mega Evolution Guru and will ask you to find more Mega Stones as she has uncovered new information and even more Pokemon than previously thought can Mega Evolve. She'll give you your starter Mega Stone. So these are a bunch of the new Mega Evolutions. So Dragonite, Raichu, Jinx, Steelix, Milotic, Luxray, Staraptor, Togekiss, Gigalith, and Scrafty. So that's 10. Riunculus, Cofagrigus, Sylveon, Aegislash, Noivern, that's 15. Dragapult, the starters, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, because Greninja gets 2. 21, 22, 23. So that's 23 new Mega Evolutions for Pokémon Legends ZA. They haven't spoken about forms or anything, so it's literally no new Pokemon. It's just 23 new Mega Evolutions. I find it hard to believe us getting no new Pokemon in this game. Maybe they talk about that later on in the rumor. But 23 new Mega Evolutions. And the Steelix one's what's putting me off this rumor, though. Like, they haven't said anything about Steelix getting 2 Mega Evolutions. I think they generally... I think this person has wrote it and they've just forgot that Steelix has a Mega Evolution. Because it's just such a random Pokemon to get to. But anyway... So this Pokemon Training School is where you take your Pokemon to learn the ability to be able to ride a Pokemon. The Pokeball Factory returns. You can create Apricorn Balls. Abilities are in the game. I think abilities will be in the game. I think we'll have held items. I think we'll have ability. I think it's going to be the best of both worlds. I think it's going to have all the kind of Legends Arceus sort of overworld catching, everything like that. But then I think it's also going to pair it with what Scarlet and Violet did as well. Like, we already know that this game is going to have Scarlet and Violet graphics. That's what the Terra Leaker said. It says lots of Lysander, AZ, and Team Flare references throughout the game. Diantha, Professor Sycamore, Karina, and Clement are prominent figures in the game. Each area outside of Lumiose will have active weather patterns and are much bigger than we all think they are. There's going to be lots of side quests with various NPCs. So think side quests like in Legends of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. There are 8 NPCs that will trade you Pokemon from another region. Those Pokemon are Rookidee, Toxel, Charcadet, Rockruff, Litten, Sprigatito, and Sobble. The starters are traded for other starters. So that's really weird to get Litten, Sprigatito, and Sobble, the Gen 7, 8, and 9 starters. I don't know why they'd randomly put those in. And then it says, a Pokemon Day Spa is where you can leave your Pokemon. Breeding is not possible. The person running the Day Spa will tell you that the breeder has left for an extended period to a region far away and has no clue when they will return. So I guess that would be a reference to obviously Generation 10 or something, because then otherwise they just say, oh, they've gone to the Kanto region, or they've gone to the Johto region. Zygarde quest, similar to the Spiritomb one in Legends Arceus, involves you collecting cells to reveal it. You can only collect cells up to 50% for, as the city expansion planet is also after Zygarde cells and has the other half. You will receive the remaining ones at the end of the game after defeating him. This is when you will also receive Mega Zygarde. So I kind of like that idea. That's kind of cool. I like the way the evil team is in this game, according to this, but they haven't said anything about Steelix getting 2 Mega Evolutions. It says Greninja gets 2, and that's it. So I'm not inclined to believe it, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, if you guys did enjoy this video, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts on the Generation 5 stuff as well. Do you think we might get Generation 5 remakes next year? But let me know your thoughts on that. Leave a like. Let's try and hit 500. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.